Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I've heard a lot of students using inappropriate words such as the use of the N-word. Even though we hear a lot of it in music, you have to understand that it is a word that is offensive to a lot of people. And when I look at how things are going on in today's society, it's very upsetting and it's very hurtful for a lot of us. So even though we may feel that we may not be offending anybody, you actually are offending people. And even if you are a person of color, it can still be offensive, because a lot of times when you use those words or that word, it gives others a belief that it's okay for that word to be used. And the last thing that you need to do is be upset when people are saying those things, especially if you continue to use those words. We are in a situation where we want all of us to get along together. And until we start using that type of language, we're all going to continue to struggle. This word, the N-word, historically has been used to hurt a group of people, in particular African Americans. I'm an African American. Mr. Bynum's an African American. These are words that have used to hurt us for generations. This word, it's highly offensive. We don't want to hear it, especially from students. It's just not a good thing to hear. Now, I know it's not intentional, but at the same time, that doesn't make it okay. It impacts more than just you. It impacts all of us. It impacts not just the one who says it, but the one who hears it and those who hear it. It impacts us in a negative way, and we want to change that. Part of Granite Park, we pride ourselves on pride, and that just hits the R of respect. We're a very diverse school. We're going to respect everyone. So we need to make a pledge for here on out, we will not use not just the N-word, but any derogatory word. That's not our culture here. Our culture is one of respect and one that appreciates the diverse body that we have. We love each other. We care about every single person in this building. We're going to respect everyone.
Think of the mind as a still pool of water. Each thought is like a raindrop. It creates a ripple on the surface. If it starts raining very hard or it's perhaps a little windy, then the pool might become so cloudy that we can't see what's on the bottom. But the potential to return to our still pool of water is still there. In fact, by training the mind, the ripples naturally begin to slow. And as the surface of the pool becomes still, it gets easier to see what's beneath the surface. Sometimes we might like what we see, at other times, well, maybe not so much. Now, occasionally finding things we don't like may sound off-putting, but it's really important because it's part of letting go of those things. Accepting what's in our mind also helps us to be less critical of ourselves. It can even help us to be less critical of others. So we start to feel more content in life, to experience more harmonious relationships, and to be more at ease with the world around us. And I'm going to show you a really simple way of getting some more headspace in your life. And make sure that you're sitting comfortably. I'd actually like you to begin with your eyes open and just taking a big deep breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you breathe in, just feeling the lungs expand as they fill with air. And as you breathe out, just feeling the body soften a little bit as you gently close the eyes. And you can just allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm, in and out of the nose. And as you pause for a moment, just noticing the feeling of the body, the weight of the body pressing down against the seat beneath you. Contact of the feet on the floor, the hands and the arms on the legs. Noticing any sounds around you. And as you pause, just noticing how the body feels. Starting to notice how the body's breathing, that movement of breath in the body. So some people feel it in the stomach. For others, it's in the chest or around the diaphragm. Not breathing in any special way. We're just starting to notice that rising and falling sensation. If you can't feel anything, just gently placing your hand on the stomach. Now, as you follow that movement, the mind will wander away, almost inevitably. No problem if it does, perfectly natural. But as soon as you realize it's wandered, just acknowledging that, letting it go, and just coming back again to that rising and falling sensation. And then just for a moment now, letting go of any focus on the breath, just letting the mind do whatever it wants, just for a few seconds. If it wants to think, let it think. And then bringing the attention back to the body, back to that feeling of contact, back to any sounds around you. And you can just gently open your eyes in your own time. So how does it feel having taken a few minutes out of the day? Does the body feel any different? Does the mind feel any different? Don't worry if there's still lots of thoughts running around. That's perfectly normal. Remember, this is a skill we're learning and it takes a little bit of time. But before you do jump up, before you get on with things, just take a few moments just to appreciate that feeling, to really acknowledge what it's like to take some time out, to allow the body and the mind to unwind.